A close snip. Water poured into a metal basin, sharp, bright. Then the soft tightening of a towel. Who speaks, really, when a head is shorn? Who tells the small but lasting stories that live at the barber's bench? Today, we listen. Let's explore that. Listen closely to the ordinary sounds that hold a people's history.
Welcome to Ancient Echoes. I'm Samnang Bradley. In this episode, Riverbank Barbers, I promise a listening task. We will follow the rhythm of scissors, the clink of metal bowls, the quiet questions asked before a camera ever comes out. Important to say up front, consent comes first. I will not teach you how to cut hair, and I will remind you several times how to ask permission in Khmer and English before photographing or recording anyone. This is about listening, not instructing. Segment 1. A plain language primer. Picture 3 kinds of places. A roadside stand, just a wooden stool, a folding mirror, and the river behind it. The family bench, where generations trade jokes and advice while someone trims an uncle's temple. And the township salon, with glass cases, plastic chairs, and a radio tuned to market news. Tools you'll hear? Scissors that click against combs, a small electric trimmer's whir, a basin poured for rinses, a straight razor's quiet slide. Though we won't get technical about usage. These benches are more than grooming spots. They are social hubs. News circulates, matchmaking gossip takes shape, and debts and favors are tallied in the margins of haircuts.
A note for listeners. If you visit a stall, a simple, polite question in Khmer goes a long way. Say, Som anunyat aiknyom tatru pantik pante? May I photograph your haircut briefly and credit you? Then pause, look for a nod or a smile, and respect any hesitation. If someone asks you not to, accept it gracefully. That small moment of asking is itself part of the social grammar of these places.
Segment 2. Apprenticeship and Craft. Imagine an early morning market stall. An apprentice arrives before dawn to sweep hair from yesterday. He watches the master's hands, learns the rhythm, scissors left, comb right, a glance, a short phrase in Khmer that means slower or that length is fine. Apprenticeship often begins in the family or with a neighbor who takes on a child as if they were kin. There's pride in tool care. Blades are wiped, oil is spared, combs are tucked into a pocket. Payment norms are humble, an exchange of rice and cash, sometimes a shared meal when customers tip with food more than money. And when families migrate, the skill travels. A barbershop opened in a foreign city becomes both livelihood and an anchor for community conversation.
Listen to this small scene. An apprentice hums to steady his hands. The master corrects a posture. The customer jokes about a son who keeps growing his hair out. Everyone slips into roles that teach care, patience, respect for hands that serve. The deeper story is this. These skills are taught through repetition, through embodied memory. The hands remember long before the mouth explains.
Segment 3. Rites of Passage and Ritual Hair. Hair marks transitions. A child's first cut is quiet. Parents may keep a lock as a memento. Before ordination into monkhood, the tonsure is solemn. Hair is offered, blessings are given, and the community observes. In times of mourning, hair may be shorn as a sign of renewal. Please note, these are sacred acts. Filming or photographing during a tonsure requires explicit permission from temple custodians. Often it is inappropriate. If in doubt, ask an elder or a temple official, and consider offering a small donation rather than a camera.
I'll be clear again. We will not provide technical cutting instructions. Do not try to recreate ritual tonsure or specialized cuts at home based on this episode. The safety risk is real. Scissors and razors require trained hands. If you want to learn barbering properly, seek a trained professional and a supervised apprenticeship.
Segment 4. Gender, Style, and Social Signal. Hairstyles can communicate age. Short, conservative cuts for civil servants or certain trades. Longer, more experimental looks among youth. A barber's bench reads class and aspiration. A clean, precise cut may signal respectability for job interviews. A fashionable trim signals connection to urban trends. In diaspora communities, styles are remixed. Khmer patterns meet host country fashions, and that remixing is not erasure, but conversation between places. The elders taught us that the beauty is in the details. A small change in a parting line can mark a generational shift. Segment 5. Markets, livelihoods, and migration. Picture a barber who splits his morning between the riverside stall and a market hairstand, whose afternoons are spent patching clippers or sending remittances to family outside the city. Tools are portable and precious, scissors wrapped in cloth, spare blades tucked in tin. Surviving in small economies means flexibility, styling one moment, trimming a child's hair the next, repairing a neighbor's radio to earn credit. As listeners, one of the most ethical ways to support these livelihoods is simple. Pay fairly, ask before photographing, and consider commissioning work from local artisans rather than extracting images for social media without consent.
Segment 6. Ethics, Safety, and the Practical Phrases. I'll repeat the key consent phrase slowly so you can save it. Som anyanyat awi knyom tot rup bantik bante. May I photograph your haircut briefly and credit you? And in English, may I photograph your haircut briefly and credit you? If the answer is no, respect it. If the answer is yes, confirm how the image will be used, whether faces should be anonymized, and whether the barber wants credit. When it comes to ritual tonsure, ask custodians or temple authorities first. Often, filming is inappropriate. Consider offering a small donation in lieu of visual documentation. Lastly, again, we will not provide step-by-step cutting directions on this show. This is about culture, care, and story, not about technique.
Before we close, 3 listening cues you can use to spot a lived hair story. First, listen for overlapping talk. Customers chime in, news gets woven into a cut. Second, note the hand choreography, the repeated motion that means both efficiency and care. Third, pay attention to objects of meaning, a lock kept in an envelope, a faded photograph propped by the mirror, a tin box for tips. Those little things carry memory.
In short, hair in Khmer life is practical and sacred, ordinary and deeply expressive. These benches teach us about belonging, apprenticeship, and survival. They are places where news is made and comfort is given. If you go out looking for these stories, do it gently. Ask, listen, pay, respect. If this episode moved you, here's a small invitation. Take one modest, permissioned photo of a barbershop scene, only after you've asked using the Khmer and English phrases, and tag Ancient Echoes and Samnang's YouTube in your post. Send the image to our curators first so we can vet and anonymize it before any public sharing. That way, we build a shared archive that protects the people who make these places alive.
Thank you for joining me at the Riverbank today. Let's unlock the echoes of history together. In our next episode, we'll follow the potter's wheel through a village festival. Until then, keep listening for the small stories that hold a community. Goodbye.
In the quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree. I called upon spirits, asked them to guide, to take her heart and lead her by my side. So I drew her near, traced her brow so fair on my sight this way. Sacred power, Swahi, mighty spirit awaken. By the master's right, let her heart be gently taken. Let her follow me now by vow and by sign. I hear these words, O teacher, witness this plea. Oh, my sacred powers, why?